Hello. Hello, dear viewers of online broadcasting. We're happy to welcome you here in our Russian State Institute of the Performing Arts. I am Oleg Veledinskiy, and I am the teacher of the scenic speech and the hold of the magister master degree. And behind me, you can see the students of the second year. The students of the second year from Andreev's studio. We want to offer you, for your attention, the masterclass of the voice, vocalization, speech, word, speaking techniques. But before we start, I want to offer to you a couple of words from the director of the festival, Alexei Smokotov. I'm very happy to welcome you here. Let me today, on behalf of the festival, to thank you for participation that is going to happen today, and I want to present you this thank you and our thanks and very happy participation in our masterclass, which we have during our festival, St. Petersburg Theater Fest, theater seasons online, which you can see in complete version in our group, in contacts, and in other digital platforms. I wish you success, wish you good luck, and I wish everybody a very fruitful work. Thank you very much, Alexei. Let us start. Okay, we've already got the thanks for our work. So, dear viewers of the online broadcasting, the theme of the masterclass is relaxing, and we are talking about the word and the sound. Today we are going, together with my students, we are in the very beginning, just in the introductory part of our work. We'll start with those things which are ABC of the work, which helps to build the first reflexes, the very first right feelings of yourself and your speech, and makes you confident in your speech, and then which later makes you to travel easily and helps to the artists to make it easy and natural later. But at the very beginning, it really requires lots of attention. It requires lots and lots of a big number of work, a big amount of work. Our masterclass is based on the method of the professor of our institute, Elena Igorevna Chornaya. This is the training of the phonation vocalization according to the scenic practice of the classical theaters of the Oriental practice. If today we start going gradually along the steps of our masterclass, then you see here the first stage. This is the acquaintance with your own self. This is what the acquaintance with your lips, with your jaw, with your mimical muscles, and having to understand the new feelings of the easiness. Let's start with your face. Continue working with your face. Feel the softness of your muscles, your facial muscles. And gradually, in this freedom, while feeling this freedom, you get to know your first warm breath and the warm exhale. Exhale first makes your fingers warm, then becomes stronger, blows up, and then erupts and provokes and creates the automatical inhale, the free coming air inside of your body, filling your lungs. The first, what happens to your breathing is just you have to warm to get your palm and your fingers, make them warm like a flower, and to follow this feeling. Be impressed, be overwhelmed with the feeling of warmness of your fingertips and your palm. And gradually, bit by bit, in this game, during this game, you come up with the breath, which looks like a very long ribbon, which finalizes with the eruption of your breath that is directed to your neighbor. If we speak with the connection with yoga, and of course we are interested with that degree of attention to yourself, which will come up in this practice, and to a correct feeling, self-feeling, and ability to control your feelings, which would really allow you to come to the freedom of your spirit. Just a little bit faster, you can make it quicker. These are the first connections of the breath, the target, the eruption, the partner, and attention. The next stage, the next step is the belly, moving belly. This is really that clutch that allows you to let you breath out. The center of your force, as in yoga they say, your belly is alive, it's moving, it is able to react to the very slightest, to the very delicate movements. If we get back to yoga again, then here we're interested to feel how, in this practice, the very specific movement of the muscles of your belly works. They are constantly competing, they are fighting with the diaphragm. They bring up and they raise that phonation breathing, and gradually in their game appears the connection, very delicate connection between the exhale, breathe out, and the movable, easily movable belly. And they can hear the variety of sounds and choices and movements of the belly muscles. Get them longer, make your breathe longer. Break it sometimes. Change your positions. This is that circle of the breath, of which is connected to a very strong attention to yourself and of the strength of the feeling. And then we pass to the upper level, and then gradually this attention targeted to the self, to our self feelings, starts to move outside, externally, and the energy starts to move in the exercise, which fills with its attention the whole space. And they start playing the imaginable, they are playing the imaginable piano, which is placed somewhere in the upper level of this space. This is an unusual piano. It can go, that can spread, it can be extended in any way, in any side, towards any direction. You can extend your keyboards of your keys of the piano. Thank you. And here appears the speed. Here we come up with speed, with a quickness, dynamics. And then further on, starting from the movable belly and game, we pass to gymnastics, to the breathing gymnastics, breathing exercises, which includes the whole complex, from the top of your head to all the joints, when gradually you start to understand that the whole body works with your breathing. It can breathe. That's the first exercise. Change. 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 Will you stop, please, for a minute? Now, just a little experiment. And we say this is an additional exercise which we have, additional task we have in this exercise. First, they start to work very actively, and constantly they provoke the body to communicate with the breath and the movement. And then all of a sudden they come up to a very high concentration focus, which is realized on the peak pitch of the inhale, and you have to hold your breath, and this is something which stays before the exhale. And one more effort, one more try. Thank you very much. We are passing to the next stage. So this is the breathing stage, that beginning which I spoke about. We begin with a very detailed stage, and then it comes to finish with an absolute dance. And the movement, any movement of it, can provoke the breathing out, and an absolute absence of the problem of the inhale. The inhale just goes away, it becomes an automatic, silent, very light, and you make it through. It's a nasal breathe. It has become their habit. It has become very easy, very natural process for them. And then further on, we come to the sound. Will you stretch upward? And the first touch of this sound, the natural stretching, because the naturally the diaphragm comes in tone, then the belly gets stronger and the body comes out in the state of the support. And then the first kind of a yawning sound appears. Keep yawning, keep yawning. The first absolutely natural sounds, which hasn't yet in any way been processed by the intellect. Thank you. The try, say, to understand the move of the belly together with the sound, the vocalized belly. You need to vocalize your belly. You need to hear the sound of the belly. Thank you. And then the sound that goes to the hall, forward. And you can add more sounds, other sounds. Now, will you stay in the semicircle? The first sounds come to us through the sound ha, which is the most close to the warm exhale, and the vocals. And when this interconnection becomes very soft and easy, then we come up to the game. Okay, get exercised more. Thank you. So the first touch to the sound is very short. It's very brief. One, two, or three sounds. And this is what followed us, these first sounds with hu, with explosive h at the end. And this stage takes time. It's quite long. It goes in a various way through all the cycles, making your body to sound. And we are going to go further to the sound and to the word. How, from the vocalized exhale, the first words appear to be built. These are the first words and understanding of your own voice. What kind of voice is it? How does it sound? How does your voice sound with one or two words? How do these words get connected with the feelings that you have inside? How this stretching and opening body all of a sudden gives me a voice which I possibly even was not aware of. Let's try to do this. The student is pronouncing a word, хорошо, and she repeats saying хорошо. I'm feeling well. She continues speaking, making exercises, taking physical positions, different stretching positions. Thank you. Thank you. That's great. So now we come up to the we come up to a friendship with a new person. This is our ball. From the very first steps of our training, we always have our ball with us. Will you please start playing with the ball? The game with the ball is also being processed with the breathing, but it's very useful for us with the rhythmical coordination and attention which the ball requires very actively. And now semicircle. And here the sound comes through the combination of vowels, through the vocalized inhale and exhale, through this ho, hu, and he. Before we get back to the sounds, we'll make another circle with the ball. It's good, it's good. You all feel good. And what about the sounds? But if this is a beginning, then it's a very simple beginning. But again, step by step, more complicated sounds come to us, and let's try to do them. But with appearing complex sounds, still, it is very interesting for us to get an explosive final, the explosion at the end, which trains and exercises the automation of our breath in. Okay, who would like to try just by itself? One more. So these are the first sounds, hu, ho, ha. And from the vocalized exhale through the sound ha, we come up to the first words. Very simple. These are the tongue twisters. We come up to the sounds of the tongue twisters. These are the first exercises which bring us to the word. And then we come up to the word in the game with a ball. Thank you. I just forgot to say, to introduce that we have a student here from China, and will you please pay attention to him? He tries to be same skillful in all the difficult Russian exercises, phonetic exercises, because he tried to sound in Chinese language as well. And one more exercise, which comes as a game for the whole group, where we have speed and the necessity to reach your partner with the ball, with your phrase which we're just practicing. Again, the tongue twister. They're going to try both variants. Okay, thank you. I just want to remind to you that this is a game where someone has to win and someone has to lose. Still, we are playing the game where we have to find a winner. And I remind you that under the cap, it comes this phrase, the phrase under the cap has to reach its partner. Okay, you are working like cowards. You can do it quicker. Get more tight. You can you can you can be more brave. You can be more brave and quicker. Now you are in a hurry to pronounce words, but you are not so precise regarding your throw. And I would like to hear both the story and to who the story comes up to. Once again. Okay, thank you very much. Well, I'm sorry, the cup really comes out. And a little bit of a shame it comes out. Well, but this is just the second grade, the beginning of the second grade, but of course you could do it more clearly. Who is going to make the only try to be alone?
Стоит поп на говне, колпак на попе, кап на под попом, поп под колпаком. Поп под колпаком, кап на под попом, колпак на попе, стоит поп на говне.
Стоит поп на говне, колпак на попе, копна под попом, поп под колпаком. Поп под колпаком, копна под попом, колпак на попе, стоит поп на говне.
Стоит поп на говне, колпак на попе, капна под попом, поп под колпаком. Поп под колпаком, капна под попом, колпак на попе, стоит поп на говне. Ну-ка еще разочек.
Once again, can you say it more clearly?
Колпак на попе, капна под попом, поп под колпаком. Поп под колпаком, капна под попом, колпак на попе, стоит поп на говне. Ну там поп под колпаком все-таки поп под колпаком. Хорошо, кто еще?
Who else?
Колпак на попе, копна под попом, поп под колпаком. Поп под колпаком, копна под попом, колпак на попе, стоит поп на говне.
Да?
Стоит поп на говне, колпак на попе, копна под попом, поп под колпаком.
Громче, давай еще раз.
Стоит поп на говне, колпак на попе, копна под попом, поп под колпаком. Поп под колпаком, копна под попом, колпак на попе, стоит поп на говне.
Ага.
Стоит поп на говне, колпак на попе, копна под попом, поп под колпаком. Поп под колпаком, копна под попом, колпак на попе, стоит поп на говне.
Спасибо. И? Стоит поп на говне, колпак на попе, копна под попом, поп под колпаком. Поп под колпаком, копна под попом, колпак на попе, стоит поп на говне. Ой. Давай еще. Давай еще. Стоит поп на говне. Был дом и все. Стоит поп на говне, колпак на попе, копна под попом, поп под колпаком. Поп под колпаком, копна под попом, колпак на попе, стоит поп на говне. Спасибо. Это слово...
This is the word which, of course, appears as the training word, as the word in which there are very many difficulties regarding articulation and the accent and how to work with that on the speed and with the speech speed. But another important thing is the individual work. There is a general word in the training and there are individual efforts.
Итак, бежит паровоз, перерыв весь ворот. Белород
Another tongue twister.
Бежит паровоз. Перерыл весь дворок. Белорыл, белобок. Белобок, белорыл, весь дворок. Перерыл. Бежит паровоз. Бежит паровоз. Перерыл весь дворок. Белорыл, белобок. Белобок, белорыл, весь дворок перерыл, бежит паровоз. Бежит паровоз, перерыл весь дворок. Белорыл, белобок, белобок, белорыл, весь дворок перерыл, бежит паровоз.
Спасибо.
Thank you.
Дальше что?
Вавил ветрила.
Вавил ветрила. Ну давай. Чуть-чуть поближе. Чуть-чуть.
Вавил ветрила. Весело ворочал вилами. Весело вилами ворочал. Вавила ветрила. Вавила ветрила, промокро сквозила. Промокро сквозила, вавила ветрила. Вавила ветрила, весело ворочал вилами. Весело вилами ворочал, вавила ветрила. Промокро сквозила, вавила ветрила. Вавила ветрила, промокро сквозила.
Спасибо.
Thank you. Anton, what is the name of your tongue twister?
Не слышно, Антон. Скороговорки на сковородке.
These are tongue twisters on the pen. Tongue twisters. Tongue twisters.
Скороговорки.
Okay, you got it. Thank you. These are individual exercises, and for us it's important here in the game to work in pairs. The pair training, which implies the dialogue and the game between two partners.
Везет в Сенька. Соньку в санька и на санках. Санки скок, Сеньку с ног. Санки скок, Соньку в бок. Санки скок, Аньку в лоб. Все в сугроб, все в сугроб. Все в сугроб, все в сугроб. Везет в Сенька, Соньку с санькой на санках. Санки скок, Сеньку с ног. Санки скок, Соньку в бок. Санки скок, Аньку в лоб. Все в сугроб, все в сугроб, все в сугроб, все в сугроб. Везет Сенька Соньку с Санькой на санках. Санки скок, Сеньку с ног. Санки скок, Соньку в бок. Санки скок, Аньку в лоб. Все в сугроб, 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 все в сугроб. Везет Сенька Соньку с Санькой на санках. Санки скок, Сеньку с ног. Санки скок, Соньку в бок. Санки скок, Аньку в лоб. Все в сугроб, все в сугроб, все в сугроб, все в сугроб, все в сугроб.
Thank you. So what is your exercise? What are you going to do?
Еще раз престидижитатор. То есть это престидижитатор, который что делал?
Престидижитировал.
Ну, пожалуйста. Престидижитатор.
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 Престидижитировал.
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 Престидижитировался. И вы престидижитировался.
Престидижитировался. И вы престидижитировался.
Ну, спасибо.
Okay, thank you very much.
Вот это
So this is that way and that circle of our way in the voice training, starting from the breath to the word and to the sound and to the word in the very beginning of our teaching. So this is actually all what we wanted to show and to tell you today to our viewers of the online broadcasting. If you have questions, we are ready to answer any questions if there are any. If there are no questions, then I want to introduce those people who work today for us. This is a student of the second grade of Andreev studio, Filipova Vlada. Timirbaev Nikita,
Лавринович Ася.
Lavrinovich Asya,
Матвеенко Иван.
Matvienko Ivan,
Савина Маргарита.
Savina Margarita,
Жигулина Екатерина. Жан Игорь. Седойкина Дарья. Да ты старайся. Иди сюда ко мне. Биат. Лия Эрика Даниэль. Здесь важно не ошибиться.
it's important not to make a mistake in the name.
Я запутался с фамилией. Ячменева Юлия. Она у нас еще и Вишневская, поэтому я запутался.
I got confused because this student has two names, Ivanov Roman,
Пожидаева Анна. Кутынов Антон. Ибрагимов Даниил. Вот в такой замечательной
So this is our great group. Pay attention that a teacher remembers all the names, and that was an exercise for me. Thank you very much for your attention.
молодцы, убегаем.
Good boys, good kids, good students.